Hello students, hope you all are good. So today we'll be starting up with the third asexual method of reproduction, and that is spore formation, right? So students, spore formation is the asexual method of reproduction. We all know this thing. The reproduction by spore formation takes place in plants. Remember this thing. It always takes place in plants. Now students, in spore formation what exactly happens, that the parent plant produces hundreds of microscopic reproductive units that are called spores. And when the spore case of the plant bursts, suppose this is a spore case, you all can see here, and you can see it bursting, so spore being dispersed into the air. So then the spores spread into the air, and when these airborne spores they land on food, basically food for them is soil, and under favorable conditions like we have damp and warm conditions, so they germinate and produce new plants. So this is what the spore formation is. Now most of the fungi, like we have Rhizopus, Mucor, etc., bacteria, and non-flowering plants such as ferns and mosses, they reproduce by the method of spore formation. The common bread, you must have seen the common bread mound, the green color like structure, that is the Rhizopus fungus. Fine, the common bread mound or Rhizopus fungus, it also reproduced by this method. So remember this thing. You must have seen the green color like structure on the slice of bread. It is nothing but the Rhizopus. Fine. So the tiny spores of bread mound, a fungus plant, they are always present in the air. So if we keep a moist slice of bread aside for a few days, so then the spores of bread mound plant present in air, they settle on the moist bread and germinate to form the new fungus plant. So very important. Fine. And they germinate to form the new fungus plant. Now the bread mound plants first look like white cottony mass. Fine, something white cottony mass. Then you must have seen the cotton. Fine, if you just spread it, it something looks like that only, covering the whole complete bread slice, which later on turns black. Now students, if we observe the surface of the slide at the slice of bread through a magnifying glass, then the bread mound plant growing on it will appear to be like this. You can see here this, something like this. Fine, so this is what? This is Rhizopus fungus, right? Now the common bread mould consists of fine thread like projection that is called hyphae. So you all can see here, this is the hyphae. Fine, it's a thread like projection, and thin stems having knob like structure, which we call as sporangia. These are sporangia. Fine, each knob like structure, that is sporangium. So knob like structure is known as sporangium, students. These are the sporangium, and they contains hundreds of minute spores enclosed in a spore case. So what happens when the spore case bursts? The tiny spores that are present into these sporangium, they are disposed in air. Fine, which can produce more bread mould plant under suitable conditions. So whenever suitable condition will be there, so these bread mould can grow there. Actually, it was one such airborne spore which grew on the moist slice of bread kept aside by us for few days. If we remove one sporangium from the bread mould, keep it on a slide, put a cover slip, fine, and cover it with the help of the cover slip basically, and then observe the slide through a microscope, you can actually see the spores. Fine, so it is very important. You can perform this experiment in your school lab, fine, under the guidance of your teacher. Now students, the spore formation method of asexual reproduction is used by unicellular organism as well as by multicellular organisms. Fine, for example, bacteria are the unicellular organisms which reproduce by spore formation, whereas talking about fungi, such as we have Rhizopus, we have already seen the case bread mound and Mucor, and non-flowering plants such as ferns and mosses, they all are multicellular organisms which reproduce by spore formation method. So this thing is very, very important, students, that this asexual mode of reproduction, that is the spore formation, can be seen in unicellular as well as in multicellular. Moving ahead in the next type of asexual method, that is the regeneration. Fine. So now, students, what happens in some organisms, whether it is plant, whether it is animal, small cut parts of their body, like if you can see here, this is the structure of planaria. You can see planaria gets cut into three pieces. This is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. Fine. They cut into three pieces, so their body can regenerate that lost part. Fine. You can see here three different planarias. Now, students, the process of getting back, this is what the meaning of regeneration is. The process of getting back a full organism from its body part is called regeneration. Fine. So the simple animal, like we have hydra, we have planaria, they show regeneration. Fine. And this means that in these organisms, whole new organism can be reproduced from their cut body parts that I have already shown you here. Now, in other words, like if hydra or planaria, somehow they get cut into number of pieces, for example. Fine. Number of pieces. So then each body piece can grow into a complete organisms. Fine. Like you can see here, this is the lost part of the planaria, the first lost part. So you can see here the complete organism has formed, right? So this point will become more clear with the help of this example. Just have a look here. Planaria is a flatworm, bache. You have already studied this thing, fine, in your 9th standard. Now, planaria is a flatworm which is found in freshwater ponds and slow moving streams. It possesses great power of regeneration. Remember this thing, great power of regeneration. And in the body of planaria, somehow gets cut, somehow, accidentally, it gets cut into a number of pieces. Then each body piece can regenerate into a complete planaria, that you can see here. Fine, we have three planaria here. Now, this planaria worm somehow gets cut into three pieces, right? After a certain time, each cut piece of the this body of planaria worm, they grow into a complete worm. Similarly, the body of a hydra, students, we are not just talking about the planaria, we are also talking about the hydra. So if hydra, what happens if hydra get cut into number of pieces? So same thing happens, same thing will happen, then each body piece of hydra can grow into a complete hydra. Now here the important thing to note down is that the regeneration is not exactly the same as reproduction, because most simple animals would not depend on being cut into pieces to be able to reproduce. This line is very, very important. Fine. They would not depend that will cut, fine, our body will cut and then will reproduce. So they will not be depend on the being cut into pieces to be able to reproduce. That is why it is not a reproduction. Fine. But as they are actually regenerating, that's why it is actually categorized into the one of the asexual method of reproduction. Now, the regeneration of an organism from its cut body part occurs by the process of growth and development. Remember this thing. Fine. What happens now? The cells of cut body part of organism, you can see here the body part has been cut, fine, and the cells that are present in the cut body parts of the organism, they divide rapidly to form the ball of cell. Fine. So these are the cells. Rapidly they form the ball of the cell. Ball of cells. Fine. Ball of cells. Then what happens? The cells present in these balls of cell move to then proper places within the ball, where they have to form various organs and body parts of the organisms. Now, students, the cells then change their shape. Talking about changing their shape, they become more specialized. Fine. They become more specialized, and specialized to form what? To form different types of tissue, and these different tissues form various organs, then body part of the organism. This is the complete organism is how it is being regenerated. Remember this thing. First what happens? The body, the cells from the cut body part, they rapidly grow to make the balls of cell. Fine. Then the cells that are present in the balls of cell, they move to then proper place within the ball where they have to form various organs. Fine. The cell will form the tissue, tissue will form the organ will form the organ system. This is how the things moves on. So the organisms like we have seen Planaria and Hydra, they are simple multicellular organisms, students, which can be regenerated from their cut body part to form complete organisms. Now we will now explain why the complex multicellular organisms like mammal cannot give rise to complete individual from their cut body parts through the process of regeneration. So this is very, very important. Mark it as 2-star. Fine. So regeneration can be used to reproduce only those organisms which have relatively simple body organization. Now you can actually, this is what the answer of this question. Fine. Simple body organization, but you can see we human beings do not have the simple body type. Fine. We consist like we are the complex multicellular organisms. They are the specialized cells. Fine. Which makes up the tissue, tissue makes up the organ makes up the organ system, and finally organ system makes up the organism. So we are the complex level of multicellular organism, students, and a high degree of organization in our body. So we cannot reproduce from their cut body parts. Like if our hand get cut accidentally, so can it be reproduced? No, it cannot be regenerate. Fine. For example, a dog is a complex multicellular organism which cannot be regenerated from its cut body parts. Say a cut tail. Fine. So this is because the cells present in the cut tail of a dog cannot produce dog's organ like heart, brain, lungs, stomach, intestine, limbs, etc. needed for the making of a complete dog. Fine. So the complex multicellular organism needs more complex ways of reproduction, like we have sexual reproduction. This we are going to study now. Fine. The sexual reproduction. That is why this mode of asexual reproduction doesn't take place in animals. Fine. Like we human beings. I hope the topic is clear to each one of you. Thank you.